Let us continue with our meditative exploration of the five aggregates. This time perception, especially the impermanent aspect of perception. So for that purpose, let us get into our meditation posture. We're sitting upright and relaxed. You can check whether there's any tension in the body, and if yes, relax that part. Letting go of the past and the future. There's nothing to do other than arousing a sense of curiosity, interest in the impermanent nature of perception. We can start out by keeping the eyes open. There are so many potential objects that the eyes can see. For example, the floor in front of us. There's the perception, floor, or floor tiles. That's a perception, a mental label that comes automatically with seeing. Or if instead you notice the sitting cushions in front of you, sitting cushion, that's the perception. In fact, at the moment there's the perception of sitting cushion, the previous perception of floor tile is gone. Now it's a new one, sitting cushion. Or if you see the person in front of you, a person, a meditator. The perception of sitting cushion is gone. Now it's a new one. Also we can hear the wind from the fan, hearing, coming with the perception, fan. Or a car driving by, the perception, car, or traffic. The previous perception of fan, of sitting cushion, they're all gone. They're all impermanent. Perception of the sound of the voice, it also comes and goes. Because the sound comes and goes, therefore the perception coming with it also comes and goes. It's impermanent, anicca. The same for smelling, tasting, body sensations. We can feel a bit the heat in the body, the temperature of the skin, the perception, warm or hot. or core. These are all perceptions. Or maybe there's a bit of itchiness somewhere. Itchy, it's another perception. It's actually technically not a feeling, a vedana, it's a perception arising in the body. So the previous perception of cold or hot has ceased. Or there's some tension in the body. It's also a perception. Especially if there's some discomfort, some pain, the mind will also sometimes wonder, I hope this pain doesn't get too bad. Will it be okay afterwards? So there's a sense of worry, concern. These are also perceptions. Or our views, our ideas. Of what is healthy, what is unhealthy. These are also perceptions. They can change. Either a completely different perception is coming, but over time, even the same perception can change. Maybe what we 20 years ago perceived as healthy, nowadays we know better. We know, it contains some ingredients that are not so healthy. Certain type of food, certain snacks. Dhamma practice, what we thought, that's the right practice. Now we think, actually there's another one that is better. So our views, perceptions about it have changed. Why? Because of books we have read, conversations we have had, Dhamma talks we listen. So our perception changes. So as we meet a new person, very nice, kind person, very friendly. So these are also labels, perceptions, friendly, kind, generous. Sometimes later, as we get to know each other a bit better, we update our original perceptions. Yes, maybe he is really kind and gentle, but maybe not as generous as I thought. Or maybe not as helpful as I thought. So sometimes perceptions can be right, sometimes they are wrong. Either way, they are impermanent. Whatever mental label comes up about what we have seen, or heard, smelled, tasted, touched, or thought about, all these labels are perceptions. of changing nature. Can go into open mindfulness, open awareness mode, being receptive to sights, sounds, odors, flavors, tangibles and mind objects. But being aware, all these objects are just perceptions, coming and going. Hearing the fan, hearing fan, seeing the cushion, seeing is another perception. Hearing the traffic is a different perception. The dishes. Feeling the body, the breath going in and out. Oh, breath is another perception. And probably the earlier perception of heat or cushion is gone, has disappeared. The mind has moved on to something else. The impermanent. Changing very quickly. We are not trying to stay with one object, just watching that. Quite the opposite. We are trying to see the impermanent, the changing nature of all these objects and perceptions. But even if we try to just keep one perception, soon we realize we cannot. Perception is not in our control. Yes, we have some influence, but not complete control. If you make a wish for the next 5 hours, I only want to think about my parents' house. Can we do that? No. For most people, probably cannot even do for 1 minute, not to speak of 5 hours. So they are impermanent, not in our control, not myself. With this, let us slowly come to the end of our meditation and get back to normal. Difficult? No. Huh? Actually, I think perception is one of the easiest aggregates to observe, especially the impermanent nature, isn't it? Because it's changing all the time. For the body to see the impermanence, you have to watch for quite a while, and you cannot see it so fast changing. But perception just changing all the time. You look at something, or you look at the clock, on the perception clock, then talk or say something or do something else. New perception comes all the time. The mind, the sense doors, they always provide different perceptions. So it's very easy to see the impermanent nature of perception.